Hey, what's up, Alessandro? How are you, man?
Yes, sir. I'm good. How are
Hey, you studying for a precision management test?
Yeah, I'm actually studying chapter 4, capacity planning.
Hey, that's fine, man. Can you actually explain a little bit to me for capacity? I'm kind of lost in it.
Actually, I just wrote the definition on the board.
Oh, that's nice, man.
I'll explain to you.
Thank you, man.
Capacity. Capacity is the maximum rate of output of a process or a system. So as it relates to an organization, basically managers are responsible for ensuring that the company has the capacity it needs to meet their current and future demands of their customers. While there's planning long-term capacity on the other hand, in addition to capacity, there is also planning long-term capacity. And so long-term capacity plans deal with investments in new facilities and equipment at the organizational level, and it requires top management participation and approval because they are not only errors that can easily be reversed in the short term. Hey, Sergio, you remember the 4 steps in capacity decision making?
Yes, man. I actually know them really well. Let me explain them to you. Have a seat. I'll show them to you.
I'll sit right here.
Yep. So, Alessandro, for the 4 steps which helps managers make sound capacity decisions, we have 4 here. Number 1 is estimate future capacity requirements. This is what its capacity should be for some future time period to meet the forecast and demand of the firm customers. We also have the formula here of the capacity requirement, which is dP over N bracket 1 minus C divided by 100. D equals the demand forecast of the year. P equals the processing time. N equals the total number of hours per year during which process operates. C equals desired capacity cushion, and M equals the number of input units required. For step number 2, we have identify gaps. This is basically any difference between projected capacity requirements and current capacity. And for step number 3, we have develop alternatives, which is plans to cope with project gaps. And last but not least, we have step number 4, which is evaluate the alternatives, which basically says that managers evaluate each alternative both qualitatively and quantitatively way. Now that I really know the 4 steps of capacity decisions, I really want to know the capacity tools. Matias, do you think you can explain me the capacity tools?
Sure, man. Why not? Here, come on over.
Thank you.
So for the tools of capacity planning, we're gonna start here, which says like demand required forecast for a specific period of time. The problem is that the forecast accuracy declines as the horizon increases. This means that we can forecast something for maybe for 1 week ahead or 2 weeks ahead. It's gonna be pretty accurate, but if we wanna forecast something like in 1 year or 2 years, it's gonna be harder to know and to be accurate because a lot of stuff can happen in the middle. So that's not happen. But for this, we have 3 tools that deal with the demand uncertainty. We have waiting line models, we have simulations, and we have decision trees. For the waiting line models, they select appropriate capacity cushion for high customer contact processes, and they also allow managers to know the average the consumer could be waiting in line, or the average in which the length of the line, or the utilization of the facility. Because of course we don't want to misuse the facility. If we have a very big facility, we want to use the whole space. And if we don't use it, we will be losing money as managers. The second one, simulation, as I mentioned before, it's for more complex waiting lines and analysis with simulation. It also simulations also identify bottlenecks and capacity cushion. So simulation is like pretending that we're doing it, but we're not actually. So when we are practicing in the simulation and we identify bottlenecks, we could remove them and avoid them in the real life, so they won't happen and we won't have to deal with this problem. And last, here, decision trees. Therefore, different capacity expansion alternatives when demand is uncertain. The decision trees help the managers to choose between the different options they have, and they can also forecast how these options may impact in their projects. That's pretty much it, Sergio. I hope you understood.
Yes, it was really clear. Thank you very much, Matias.
No problem, man.